The INTP has the awkward nature of an ISFJ with the wit of an ENTP. Now, what I mean by that is that INTPs have extroverted feeling last in their function stack, and so they're not really thinking too much about interpersonal dynamics and like how emotions may like interplay between people. Rather, because of introverted thinking being their dominant function, they're very calculated and they're thinking a lot about like, okay, what makes sense to me? How is the world working in a very systematic way? How like they're thinking of like ways like tear apart logic, and like understand like, okay, what is consistent, what is inconsistent, almost like computer programming in a way. And then that extrovert intuition, which is our auxiliary function, is often the responsible for them jumping to many different topics, such as like exploring things that might not be verifiable, but able to at least make sense of it, such as IT stuff, like with computers and engineering and stuff like that, to even apologetics and maybe even like just religions and stuff like that in general, or even stuff like time travel. So they're thinking of all of these things and how it could make sense. And these tend to be your stereotypical nerds, although of course that's only generally speaking. Not every INTP is a nerd or as open of a nerd as you might think. But yes, because they have that TI, then they're often like really thinking of like, okay, what makes sense to me? What is logical? What is inconsistent? What is good data versus what is bad data? And what can I actually like rely on? And that verifiability comes a lot from that tertiary SI as well. So as they explore new different ideas and topics and go on all these different rabbit holes with their extroverted intuition being second, then their tertiary introverted sensing a lot of times is what's responsible for them being like, okay, what have I seen consistently work? So that way when I'm exploring all of these things, then I can know like, okay, well, this has always worked. And so therefore I can probably trust this information. And so that is pretty much in a sense or in a nutshell, like one of a few ways how you can identify an INTP both in the wild or in real life and also in fiction.